All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Welcome on into the Hat Creek Interior Studios. You are here live right now for broadcast coming to you from Raiderland. That's right, theraiderland.com, where you start your day. Now, what are we talking about tonight? Does the Big 12 want Texas Tech and BYU to repeat and match up again next year in football in the Big 12 title game? Sure looks like it based on the schedules. We'll talk about that. Weather impact on Texas Tech in Houston coming up Saturday here in Lubbock. The weather's about to get really bad. And will it hurt Texas Tech's home court chances? We'll find out. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Let's do it tonight. Let's have really some hardcore discussions on cold weather, wintry weather foods. The ones that are overrated, the ones that are underrated, the ones that are rated right, the ones you hate, the ones you love, the ones you can't believe people don't eat more of when it gets cold like this, because baby, it's going to be cold outside. All that, Lady Raiders, hey, they're okay. They've lost two in a row. Oh my gosh. Heavens to Betsy. And if you want to do some NFL stuff, jump in on the United Supermarkets chat line. I was there today, in and out in under like 15 minutes. All right. They're handling it. United Supermarkets, they're handling the snowmageddon of 2026. They're doing all right. But seriously, though, if you hadn't got your grocery shopping done and you go tomorrow or go tonight, hey, that's on you, man. That's totally on you. But United Supermarkets going to make it as painless as possible. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. Glad to be with you here in the Hat Creek Interior Studios. You don't have to own a ranch to live like you do. And in fact, it might even be easier, he said, coughing up a lung. Go to the showroom, 101 South Slide Road, 10101 South Slide Road in Lubbock, Texas, and see all the cool stuff they have. Good grief. Hold on. Product placement here, by the way. Got to get this right. They ship anywhere. Go to hatcreek.us. And if you want Western style furniture, lamps, accessories, anything you can think of, you need to go to Hat Creek Interiors. Also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic. For years, I've tried to get him to go with the slogan, if your back is out of whack, don't call a quack, call Kevin Mack. Apparently, they frown on that in the industry. So how about you just choose a guy who's worked with high-level Texas Tech athletes for decades, who I have had my own family members work with at Kevin McAlpin. So if you've overexerted yourself recently, and who among us hasn't, or just not feeling right, call Kevin McAlpin. And finally, brought to you by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. Our home away from home in Red River when we want to stay in town, next to the slopes, next to the river, right there in the middle of everything. You got Mardi Gras in the mountains coming up. You still got a spring break coming up. Got plenty of weekends between here and there. This cold shot's going to help them have even more snow. So tell our friend Billy Hurst we sent you Lifts West. All right, let's get it going tonight. Your comments. We'll go as long as the comments are good. We got a lot of, I think, fun stuff to talk about tonight. So I want to visit with you. James jumps in on Facebook. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook, free platform. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube, free platform. We don't charge for anything. And of course, on Twitter, X at Ryan Hyatt Media. He gives us thumbs up. The audio is good. The video is good. Does the Big 12 want Tech and BYU to rematch next year? Looking at the schedules, and we talked a little bit about this last night, seriously, like 11-1, the schedule on both teams, a gift early on. We went through Tech last night. BYU, same thing. It's like they want them to play Tech. You got the early game against Arizona, but that's going to be in Provo. They do have to go to TCU. They got Iowa State, but that's a home game. Right? I mean, this is doable for these teams. So do you think the Big 12 is trying to create that matchup that they look at next year and go, Tech and BYU are definitely going to be two of the best teams in the Big 12. Let's not have them play each other in the regular season. Let's make sure they can get there. And if that's what Brett Yormark and the Big 12 is doing, fantastic. 100%. I agree with it. Absolutely engineer it. Do the best you can for the league. Get 2 teams into the playoff. And we've still got to the end of the week, I think, maybe tomorrow. Deadlines, I'm not sure on what we're going to do to change the college football playoff structure. So, your thoughts on that? Do you think the Big 12 wants Tech and BYU in football to rematch next year? I think they do. Weather impact on the game coming up Saturday, Texas Tech and Houston, and then overrated, underrated, rated right. So here you go. If you're new to the show, on Thursdays we ask you your opinion on certain subjects because you never know when someone's going to ask you something about a certain subject and you're just not ready. We want to train you to get ready. So you need to have an overrated, an underrated, and a rated right opinion. Tonight, overrated, underrated, rated right, cold weather foods, wintry weather foods. The ones that are really good, that you love. Remember, this is you answering the question on the United Supermarkets chat line. The ones that everybody else seems to love that you go, that's overrated. That's not good. That sucks. And then the ones that are just kind of right there on the glide path. They're okay. They're not great. They're not bad. We're accepting them. What do you got for me tonight on that? Now, if you read the column this morning, you already know what we threw out there for the discussion points. That's why you read the column at theraiderland.com. All right, let's get it going. Fire away your comments. Get in tonight. Tech football, Tech basketball. Lady Raiders are okay, by the way. Yeah, they got beat last night at BYU. They turned it over 24 times, and they gave up 21 points on turnovers. They're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Jeff, he gets in on Facebook. No, that's YouTube. I don't know my icons. I apologize. Is it an icon or an avatar or a picture or something? I apologize. Anyways, he's on our YouTube channel, Ryan Knight's Raiderland. But the drive to 700, can we get to 700 here in the next couple of days? We're so freaking close. Everybody on YouTube watching tonight, like it, share it, invite people in. Let every student that can walk across campus Saturday in the game. Fill as many seats as you can because the team needs the crowd. Bingo, amen, whatever. Anybody who can get there, you get in. It's free heat night at the United Supermarkets Arena. I mean, seriously, let's look at what we're looking at right now. All right, let me get one of my weather apps up, and let's just go to Saturday. Let's go to Saturday. The high Saturday is going to be freaking 16 degrees. All right, let's go Saturday. It's going to be 14 degrees with 50% chance of precip, snow, and everything else when game day starts. They've already said you can't camp. All right. So for the normal people that are going to the game later on in the day at about, say 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 14 degrees, 85% precipitation probability, snow. If you can get to the arena, let them in, Texas Tech. Let them in. Let them all in. Let anybody in who can get there. If you can freaking get there, come on in. All right? No tickets, no nothing. You're a human being. You've made it to the arena. It's 14 degrees and snowing and icing and anything else. Let them in. It shouldn't be that big a deal. It shouldn't be that hard to do. James, great teams rise to the challenge, but 2 Big 12 playoff teams better for the landscape. I don't know what the first part of that is, but yeah, 2 Big 12 teams in. Yeah. JC Double T, Big 12 not smart enough to pick winners. Schedule of teams done multiple years ago. No, It's not done multiple years ago. It is morphing in different analytics over the last year and everything else. It's really not a set deal. I totally believe that they created both schedules for both teams to get there. Michael, he's on YouTube. I like making some barbecue bacon beans during the winter. All right, so we're talking about tonight your winter menu, your menu this weekend. Give me overrated, underrated, rated right cold weather foods. I've got mine. You give me yours. What's overrated? Stew is freaking overrated, okay? Stew is the leftover soup and everything else that we didn't really want to do anything with, and we're just going to throw it in a pot and we're just going to call it stew. That nobody ever really wants to go, hey, let's have stew. You want some stew? We can get some stew. You have some stew? No. What kind of stew do you like? I don't like stew. Well, you have stew. Stew sucks. Stew totally overrated. All right. 100% overrated. James, back on Facebook. The wins are important in January. The ladies have eyes for March. The ladies have eyes for March. They need to get a couple of more wins. All right, so you got out rebounded at home against Kansas State, and then last night you turned it over too much for the Lady Raiders. Here's what's really interesting to me on this weird sports history arc. So the Lady Raider National Championship team holds the record, and it's now tied by this year's team for consecutive wins in a single season at 19. The 93 National Championship team, you know where they got their second loss of the season? In Utah, in the state of Utah. Not at BYU, it was actually at Utah. But I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting there that you share the 19 game and then you get your second loss of the season in the same state that the 93 National Championship team got their second loss of the season. What does this mean? Tech's going to win the national title or nothing at all. I just thought it was kind of interesting. The state of Utah has just not been very nice to Krista Gerlich as a player or as a coach. Jeff is right, says JC Double T, but only students on campus walking. Any dumbass that drives tow. No, get anybody who can get there. Just, go crazy. Get there. It's all going to be good. I will send this exact schedule dated 2 years ago, home and away, and order only thing they released. That's fine. But what I was reading today was that they put this schedule together here over the last year and over the last few weeks, adjusting, modifying, and doing everything they needed to do. So I don't know that it was necessarily a schedule based on 2 years ago. Either way, the Big 12 has completely put together a schedule for both Tech and BYU, that gives them a great chance to meet in the Big 12 title game. And that's good for everybody. All right, so overrated, underrated, rated right. Cold foods. Where are we right now, temperature-wise? Let's go to the mesonet. Let's see what we're doing yet. Are we rapidly falling yet or not? We're at 51 right now on my mesonet. Lubbock is at 51 too. So there we are. Overrated, I gave you stew. Underrated, soups, lots of soups, specifically pozole. If you've ever had great pozole, you know what I'm talking about. If you've ever had pozole, you know what I'm talking about. Highly underrated. Highly underrated. I go soups above stew. And if I'm going to go soup, I consider pozole a soup. And if you know where to get it in Lubbock, you know places to go get it, consider yourself lucky. Jeff, Tech and BYU are the only brands in the Big 12. They need them to be 12-0 and in the title game. I agree. Right now, that's what they need. James, any word on when the newcomer Stephanie? What's the matter? You can't type her last name, and I can't say it right now. Will play for the Lady Raiders? No. And here's the deal on this thing. NCAA is trying to certify academically her educational transcripts. It's also a little bit weird because she's 21 years old coming to the States. So you have that aspect going on. There are a lot of moving parts behind it. I think the biggest thing right now from a Texas Tech standpoint is there a drop dead date you say, we can't get enough out of her to burn a year, and it wouldn't be fair to her to burn a year to play what, 10 games? Is it the end of the month? Is it mid-February? And you say, all right, you come in, but you're going to lose a year of eligibility going forward. I think that's the question for Texas Tech. What's the drop dead date if the NCAA can't certify her before the end of the month, middle of next month? I mean, I think Texas Tech officials are in the same place. They've done the due diligence. They provided everything the NCAA can need. And if she'd only played in the G League, if she'd only played in the G League, then she could be immediately eligible and play. It's such a brutal double standard that we've got a young woman from Nigeria, which is just a dysfunctional country for the most part. And we used to say it was about opportunity in college sports, all that crap. And we can't get this kid out on the floor? Unreal. I know who Jackie is. I just made stew and it was yummy. I don't believe you. Stew is not good. It better be good because I'll have to eat it forever. Nope. Sorry, not buying it. Stew, no. Stew's like leftover stuff. We used to call it what you got stew. What's in it? What you got? Just put this in there. No. No. I ain't buying the stew thing. Stew's overrated. Underrated pozole. Rated right. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Y'all fire away on the United Supermarkets chat line. Cold weather foods, wintry weather mix. What are you making? What's on your menu? Everything else. Rated right and maybe underrated a little bit. Pastas. Pasta. From your linguinis to your cannolis. All right. From your tortellinis, everything but spaghetti. Not a fan of spaghetti. Sorry. But pastas, cold weather pasta. Like apparently yesterday, I got all the makings for lasagna, according to my wife, and the list I had. I'm very intrigued to see where this turns out. But yeah, like pasta, cold weather food pasta. Again, spaghetti, not me. Don't want to go into the details on it, but no. But yeah, like pasta, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. You can put in, shrimp, sizzle shrimp, firecracker shrimp. You can make it spicy. You can do all sorts of stuff with that. It's good. James, a homemade taco soup is the best on days like this. Tell me what's in your taco soup, and I'll tell you if it's good. And really, we have one litmus test here. No corn. Jeff, waiting on a foot of snow in St. Louis this weekend. So chili it is. Add jalapenos, sharp cheddar, and sour cream. I left chili off my list because it's kind of ubiquitous at this point. It's cold weather deal. And I'm like, okay, so here's what's fascinating. Chili, cold weather food. Why are all the chili festivals in the summer? Why aren't we having chili festivals in like December and January and February? And I love chili. I'm not making a deal. I'm just saying. Yeah, pozole, though. You get that hominy in there, man. Golly. So good. It's hard to find. You would think it wouldn't be hard to find around West Texas. It's not really easy to find pozole. If you got a place to go get pozole, let me know. Pozole. Easy to say. Brought to you tonight by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. If you're not feeling so good, just kind of in the January blahs right now, you might want to go in. Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico, our home away from home, right next to Red River Brewery. Oh my gosh. Grilled cheese sandwiches there. Knock it out. Good stuff. And everybody gets in on the United chat line, United Supermarkets. The one supermarket that, even though it's crazy, even though it's insane right now, they put their name on stuff at Texas Tech, as opposed to the other one in town that gets a lot of free pub. I don't know why from the news station sometimes, but they just take your money and send it down to Austin. That's what they do. And we're emanating forth and coming to you from the Hat Creek Interior Studios. All right, Jeff. So Seattle and New England Super Bowl rematch is in the cards. Hope not. That would be my least favorite thing to see. Joseph, underrated grilled cheese and tomato soup. Rated right, chili dogs, overrated tater tot casserole. I love tater tots. Tater tot casserole, I can kind of feel you on that one, man. And like a little bit, like a bridge too far, like too much, depending on what you're putting in it and everything else. I get you. I understand. I mean, tater tots really don't even need to be in a casserole. They stand alone. The tot stands alone. Okay. The tater tot stands alone. It doesn't need any help. You can go next to that ribeye steak. Doesn't need any help. Now, underrated grilled cheese and tomato soup. Amen. Definitely underrated. What time is it? Jeez. It's like midnight. It's like midnight in Montgomery or something right now. I want to thank you guys again for hanging out with us. Every night on the broadcast means a lot. I want to ask you to do one thing for me tonight. If you enjoy the show, the power of 5. All right. If 5 people will go to McAlpin Chiropractic's Facebook page and tell them thanks for supporting what we do. If 5 people will go to Lifts West Hotel and Condominium, Red River, New Mexico, their Facebook page, tell them thanks. United Supermarkets and Hat Creek Interiors, all of them have great Facebook pages. If just 5 of you will do that, it takes like literally 10 seconds to hit the search and go to their page and say, thanks for supporting Ryan Eyes Raiderland. That's what allows us to do what we do. And I would say again, not just my show, but any media you enjoy, do that for them. Okay? It don't take 5 seconds. Mean a lot. James, from my previous comment on taco soup. And then he goes full. Is that a full colon? Full colon. Ground beef, corn. We're out. Hominy. You don't need, if you got corn, you don't need hominy. If you got hominy, you don't need corn. Ranch style beans, rotel, onion, jalapenos, ranch seasoning, taco seasoning, avocados, and cheese on top. All right, everything's good, but you don't need the corn if you got the hominy. You don't need the hominy if you got the corn. Corn and hominy compete against each other. One's a thickening agent. One just soaks up moisture, talking about that corn. So I would say if you like the hominy in there, get rid of the corn. You're wasting your time on the corn. Do something else with that. Do some hatch green chilies in there. I would say this on your taco soup. Do some bell peppers. Get a bell pepper, red, green, dice them up, throw them in there. Get rid of the corn, keep the hominy. In 27, Tech has Iowa State, BU, Kansas State, and Utah. Says JC talking about football schedule. I bet it doesn't even happen. Just my guess. That doesn't even happen. It's a very fluid situation, as we might say. Kind of disappointed David Collier hasn't rolled in from KMAC 28 on his overrated, underrated, rated right cold weather foods. The other thing I like doing this time of year, homemade pizzas. All right. That's a great, if you got kids, pro tip right now, If you've got kids under 12 years old, all right, multiple kids, whatever, homemade pizzas. Go to United Supermarkets, get the crust pre-made, get all the stuff. Let them make their own pizzas. You can also go to a couple of different pizza places around here. I know in Lubbock, Dion's. I think Dion's will sell you their crust, whatever. So homemade pizzas. If you got kids and you're looking at this weekend, um, homemade pizzas are fantastic, and you can eat on them for like 3 freaking days, right? Let them build their own pizza. Let them have fun. Let them do that. That's a great, great thing for kids during this wintry weather mix where they can't get out or whatever. Give them some control. Since you the Matrix, they've stick to it exactly since 23. It goes through 27. We'll see. I'm hearing things that may not be exactly factual going forward, but we'll see. We'll see how they do. My wife said acorn or pumpkin soup for a savory meal. Acorn? Please tell me that's not acorn. Acorn? Yeah, get some acorns. We're gonna have some soup. Pumpkin soup, savory meal. I'm out on both of those. I don't like pumpkins. All right. Sorry, don't like pumpkins. But soups, again, probably underrated. Most soups, underrated. Soups are good. Soups are good food. Uh, and it's not getting any better there, James, with the acorn squash soup. Yep. Nope. Not getting any better. Not getting any better with the acorn and squash and the soup mashed together. Yeah. Not really working out there. Cheesy hash brown soup, on the other hand. Heck, maybe even just hash browns. All right, we're going to get out of here on a Thursday night. We will be with you tomorrow night, no doubt about it. We will be with you Saturday night for a little round ball rewind after Tech and Houston wrap up. So get ready for that. Everybody be safe out there. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Just do what you got to do. Being prepared is not overreacting. All right. Being prepared is not overreacting in these situations. You got your food, you got your stuff. Yeah, I can't. Power goes out. Here's a couple of pro tips. All right. If you think you're going to be in a place where the power might go out, fill up your washing machine with water. You can use that for the toilet. You can use that for all sorts of stuff. It's a great repository of water. So do that. Same bathtub. If you feel like if you're gonna lose power and you're gonna be out, whatever, fill up the bathtub. But the washing machine, everybody forgets about. Think about how much water your washing machine holds. All right. So fill that up. If you're going into the week and think you're going to lose power, you're good there. You got your barbecue pit, something out there. You can boil that water, use it, and go there directly. Otherwise, you know the stuff. You know the drill. Let the faucets leak just a little bit. Open all your cabinets, down below. Let the heat get into it. Build in the heat. If you haven't wrapped your pipes or anything on the outside, I can't help you by now. It's probably a little late. You got to do it. Dang old electric water, man. Got to get that electric water. Trying to think of a few other things that people don't always think of that can be good. I don't know. So West Texas, man, you guys are going to do fine. Just be cool. All right. Don't panic. Don't go crazy. I don't think anything's coming in until tomorrow night, precip wise. So like 5 o'clock, you got all day tomorrow to go somewhere and get stuff. Don't panic. All right. James, I have charcoal stored in the garage and a Dutch oven ready to go. See, this is my man right here. Dude's ready. Dude's ready. So it's, gonna make it happen. All right, y'all are the best. We will see you tomorrow. Friday column, most tech thing you've done this week. Get ready to answer that. If you want to do something for us tonight, like I said, 5 things that you can do are share and thank our great sponsors, and then share this on social media.